Welcome to Neon Cobra, January 12th, 2024. Let's kick into it. This is going to be the start of my cost optimization series, essentially 3 weeks where we're going to talk about different ways to lower your overall costing. We may have some other extended items come into this at a later date, but this week I want to focus on reserved instancing, or reservations. This is a term commit with Microsoft on specific resources within Azure. And by committing to Microsoft, they pass a substantial discount on that particular resource. So if we take a virtual machine, compute resources, which tend to be the bulk of a managed service provider's overall costs, a 3-year term commit can lower it as much as 65%. Now, this will be depending on the type of VM series, but on average, anywhere from 58 to 65% margin or discount on that compute. That is an incredible amount of savings. However, one thing to be aware as a reseller through distribution is when you action reserved instances, you lose your partner-earned credits. You do not get the margin on that piece of the pie anymore. Now, if you're part of the MCAIPP program, which we can talk about at a later date, there are additional incentives and rebates on the back end to be gained. But overall, you could invariably be cutting your margin out by doing this. So be sure to strategize around that. Now, when you're trying to consider whether you should be doing reserved instances, there's a general rule of thumb. You can always run this math down using the Azure pricing calculator, but if the system's going to be on 24/7, it's almost a surefire kind of guarantee to lock it in for 3 years. But if it's going to be on for, let's say, 300 hours or less a month, if you're able to toggle it on and off, you will generally save more money on that side as well. So that's a great way to kind of approach it. Things like your domain controllers and your app servers, those probably don't shut down. So it's almost an instant lock on those. Now, if you're concerned about perhaps performance, we generally recommend burn-in periods when you first start. But if you're worried about cancellations, currently at this time, there are no cancellation penalties in play, but Microsoft reserves the right for 12% early termination. So always make sure you run that math and check into it. Thank you for joining me this week. More information to be found in the blog. And as always, reach out if you have any questions. Take care.